Welcome back. So now let's move on to this session where we'll be discussing about the various debugging tools available in your R environment. So in the previous session we had seen what is the need for this debugging and why we have to have certain debugging tools. Fine? Yes. So now we'll see what are the various debugging tools available. Before that, now let's move on to this. So as we discussed in the previous session, so now when I say log of -1, so you're getting only a warning message. So this is not an error. This is just a warning message. So all your debugging tools will work only with some errors which are thrown. Okay, fine. So now the first and very foremost basic debugging tool which is available in your R console is this traceback. Fine, we have one function which is called as traceback. So what this will do is it will trace, it will have the log of the recently thrown error. Fine, it will only have the recently thrown error. So in our case, now here we have this log of -1. So this is not an error. I said this is not an error. So let us see that. So now when I say trace back, see here, you are not getting this log of -1. See, you are getting this print message of NA. So what is this print message of NA? So in the previous session we had discussed about this need of debugging. So there we created a function which is print message, and we got one error thrown when we called this print message of NA. Fine, it said not applicable, which is NA is now the object is not found. So that is the error. So the recently thrown error will be available with this traceback function. Fine, so it will just show you what error was thrown, but after some new error is thrown, the previous error it will be forgotten. Fine. So now for example, there is one function which is called as lm. Now you need not think about what this lm is. So you just get to know. Before that, we will just move on to this mean of x. So I have not created x, but I am calling mean of x. See, I am getting one error which is object x not found. Fine. Now let us call this traceback again. So you see the recent error, this mean of x is alone showing. So this previous error, it is not there in the log. Fine. So this is your traceback. Now let us see. So now this is a very simple function. So you are not able to find what is the use of this traceback. So that is why I am going to introduce you with this function. So it is just an lm function. You need not think about what it is, that we will be seeing in the forthcoming sessions. Fine. So now when I call this lm of y with this symbol followed by x. So y as well as x I have not declared. See, you are just getting something here, error in evaluation or something, object y not found. You have not gone for giving any evaluation like this. Fine, but you are getting some general error. So you are not able to identify what the error is. So what you can do, you can go with this traceback. See, it is saying. So this lm is a built-in function which is performing all these 7 steps. Fine. Yes, so now first step is this. There you didn't have any error. So it started to go with this parent frame. So all these are those scoping models. Fine, so scoping. So you can see here some formula, something is used, and only when it went for the 6th and 7th step, this error was thrown. Fine, so the first 5 steps, no error. You can find the trace here. So where the error is thrown, so it is evaluation, eval, pred wheres, and you have data environment. Fine, yes. So this is the usage of your traceback. So this is one of the tool which can help you to find in which actual step there is some error or the error is thrown, so that you can rectify that. Fine, yes. So this is traceback. So this is not going to show you how to rectify, or if you want to rectify, it is not going to give you some interactive session or something. So the next tool which is available, we call it debug. Fine. So directly there is a function called as debug which will help you for going with this interactive debugger. Suppose I say debug of LM. So it means whenever this LM is called, it will start debugging. So let's try it out. So now I say LM of this one. See, now this browse. What does this mean? It means that since this LM function is called now, I had already said I have to debug it. So line by line it will start interacting with you. So an interactive debugging session will be open and you can start going for interacting with it and try to rectify the error. Fine. So this is the other tool which is available. Suppose now you want to come out of this debugging session. So how do you do it? You can say undebug of whatever you said before. Fine, it will come out. Okay, so only then it will come out of it, otherwise it will not come out. Is it clear? Yes. So this is the other tool which is available. Apart from this, you have the other one which I call it as recover. Fine. So I say recover. So what is this recover? Now if suppose I say again recover of LM. Okay, fine. Or before that, need not go with recover of LM. So now let's just say read.csv of some in.csv. Fine. Yes, we know how to read a CSV file. So you are getting some error here. So it is saying cannot open the file, no such file or something. Fine. So in that case, now if you want to go for checking out where this has happened, why this has happened, you can either go with the debug or there is the other tool which I call it as recover. So what is this? How do I open it? So I say options of error is equal to and I say recover. Fine. So when I go with this, now when I go for going with this, see, now it is, this cursor is working. So what it is doing, again some interactive debugging session is open. See, it is giving you something here, enter a frame number or 0 to exit. So if you don't want any to work on with anything of this, you can proceed saying 0. Fine. So you have these many errors which are thrown already. So you have some error which is with LM, one error which is with read.csv, another one read.table, then file, all these are there. Suppose I select this 2. Fine. See, it will say called from read.csv and this, and then you go into an interactive session where you can try to find out what is the actual background and why it has thrown error, and you can try to rectify it. Fine. So these are the various debugging tools which are available. See, these debugging tools are not of much mandatory stuff for you to know, well versed in this. You just get to know that there is something called as debugging, and these are the tools which are available. So when you really go for predicting and certain stuffs, if you work on some big data and try to go with statistical analysis or some predictive analysis, then these debugging tools will be helpful. So as a beginner, this debugging tool is not going to be of much help for you, but anyway, just get to know that these are the various debugging tools available in your R console. Okay, fine. So if you still have any doubts, you can very well contact me. Thank you.